what's the problem then? So, what's the problem here, Saleh?
Yes.
What's the problem in this sentence?
I'm like my brother.
Perfect. There you go. Does anybody know why? What's the problem with saying like as?
Because it's the same. It means the same. So.
Yeah, exactly. Like and as basically have the same function. A useful thing for you guys to remember, if you say I'm like, it's usually just I'm like plus an I'm. I'm like you, I'm like him, I'm like my father. What does it mean if you say I'm like? What's the difference between like I like my brother and I'm like my brother? Madeline, you have no idea?
To be like someone and to like someone.
Mhm.
It's different.
What's the difference?
Yeah, if I like something, how can I explain
Okay.
it? No.
It's. I think everybody's okay if we say I like my brother. That means.
It seems like you.
Aha, so if you say be like, yeah, exactly, that's something slightly different. So the key is the be here, yeah. You guys are all okay with this, I think, but if we say be like, it's the same idea as saying to be similar to, is the idea with that one. If you have the be, exactly. Spot on, okay, let's have a look at the next one then. So Kevin, what's the problem with this one?
I don't.
We could say I don't hear.
Sorry.
But both
no,
okay.
No, sorry.
Oh, that's okay, no problem. Well, what about this one?
Another.
Yeah, another is the problem. How can we change it? Sam, can you help?
Main,
Other? Another mean another thing.
Okay.
Another one thing. Something.
Okay, right, perfect. So if you have another, it's
One.
thing, right? It's singular, it's one. So I think Mercedes, you had an idea. How would we change
Other.
it? Yeah, exactly. In this case,
other.
this would be other. Yeah, exactly. It's a strange thing, this actually, because if you have another, they're kind of like adjectives, really. And it's really strange because in English, generally, adjectives can never have plurals or singulars. They're just adjectives, except this one. This one is always singular. The reason is because originally it was two words. It was an other. Over time, it's become another, which is the idea. So yeah, just be careful with that. If you've got another, this is always singular. What comes after other? What's the next thing?
No.
Okay, it would be plural, so like other cousins, like we got here. Only plural? Something else? Uncountable as well. So uncountable things can come after other. Not always, but it is certainly possible. Cool. All right, nice. Let's go on to the next one then. So, Madeline, you had an idea about this?
Yeah, I would say I don't have plans for the weekend yet.
Okay, so add a yet on there. That's one thing to do, absolutely. The main thing here is this haven't. There is another approach to this, actually, which Sang mentioned, which we'll come to in a second, which would be fine. What's the problem with saying haven't? Do we never say haven't in English?
No, we say haven't, but
Yeah, what do you think, Alex?
with another verb, no?
With another verb. Yeah, exactly. We only use haven't if it's an auxiliary verb. Let me give you an example. Actually, Madeline's like, what's going on there? I'll give you an example, it'll be fine, but you got exactly the right idea, Alexis. So, if you look at this sentence, right, if we change it to, like Madeline said, I don't have. How many verbs in this sentence?
One.
There's one verb, right? One main verb, if you like.
But can I say I
There's
don't have
also
any
an
plan?
auxiliary.
Can I say I don't have any plan?
Oh, that's the next step. Keep that thought in your head. We're going to get there in 30 seconds with this. But you're absolutely right. Absolutely right. All right, cool. So if we look here, if you look at this sentence, there's just one main verb here, right? Is have, is the idea. So if you want to make a negative form, what tense is this? Anybody know? Is it past, present, future, present what?
Present simple.
It's present simple, yeah, it's just a fact, this one here. I don't have any plans for the weekend, it's a fact. So, if you want to make present simple negative, How do we make present simple negative?
Haven't.
Not haven't. We would use
Doesn't.
don't or
Doesn't.
exactly. It's just don't or doesn't, and then the infinitive, the first form of the verb, whatever you want to call it. So have is like any verb. It's the same like saying I don't play, I don't go, I don't eat, I don't jump. It's the same thing. It's all the same stuff. When we use haven't is exactly what Alexis said then. What comes
Understand.
after haven't? Which form of the verb?
The third line. No?
Exactly. It'd be the verb 3, the past participle. Because in that case, haven't is an auxiliary verb. In this case, it's the main verb. So we have to say don't have. So you could say like I haven't. What's another way to say I don't have in English? I haven't. What, one more time, Adam?
Got.
Yeah, I haven't got is fine because got is the third form of the verb. That's okay. So that's another possibility here. And maybe sometimes people mix this up a little bit. So we could also say I haven't got, and then it's more natural if we add Mercedes
I don't have any.
any. Yeah, there you go. So if we make negative sentences and we're talking about nouns, we usually use any with these most of the time. So that's definitely a bit more natural. So I haven't got any plans. I don't have any plans for this weekend. Yeah, both perfect. And then if you want to add yet, like Madeline said, that's great as well. Perfect. Sang, you had an idea as well. We could also say
I haven't planned.
that would be fine because planned is the third form of the verb. So present perfect, that's okay. I haven't planned would be fine as well. A little bit more formal if you said it like that. This one would be a little bit more kind of everyday English, but also possible.